All right, today's topic, do we want to see Michael Myers unmasked? Before we get started, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell to make sure you know every time I post a new video. All right, so do you want to see Michael Myers without the mask at any point in the franchise? The reason I bring this up is recently at CinemaCon, a new 30-second teaser was released on the new Halloween Kills movie. And it's been reported that in the first few seconds of this teaser, Laurie Strode says, "I want to rip off his mask and look him in the eyes before I kill him," or something to that effect. So I'm curious to know how much they would show of him without the mask if they went that route. So we already know from the 2-minute trailer we got earlier in the summer that he's not, at some point in the movie, he's not going to be wearing the mask, because there's that section of the trailer where Karen is holding up the mask and she's saying, "Do you want it?" And he's standing up on the steps of the Myers house. And it's very clear that at some point this mask is going to come off. So did Laurie take the mask off, or how did it happen, right? So we want to know that, of course. What I'm curious to know is, would you guys want to see Myers without his mask for an extended period of time, or is that just weird, right? Because he's the Shape, right? We're not supposed to know what he looks like, or at least for the most part. But when you think about it, we already know who's playing Myers. We know what James Jude Courtney looks like, right? We've all seen his interviews, and some of us have been to some of the cons and have met him and all of that. We know what he looks like. So does that change how you feel about seeing him without the mask, knowing who's already behind it and what he looks like already? And the reason I ask that is times are different now, right? When the first movie came out, we're talking, was that 1978, right? I wasn't born, so I didn't see it till sometime in the 80s. I watched it pretty young. But the internet wasn't around, right? So we could see Nick Castle played Michael Myers in the credits of the movie. But how many people actually knew what Nick Castle looked like back then, right? We didn't have Google at our fingertips to go look up Nick Castle and see the guy behind the mask, right? So most of us growing up never knew what the guy behind the mask looked like, except for that one scene in the movie with Tony Moran when Laurie rips the mask off and we see him for a brief second before Dr. Loomis shoots him. And that wasn't even the guy who played Michael Myers. He only played him for that scene. Nick Castle played him for the rest, right? But most of us didn't know what Nick Castle looked like growing up until now. So now we have James Jude Courtney playing Myers, and we all already know what he looks like. So does that have an effect on you if you were to see his face completely in the film? So, and I know some of you are going to say, well, they showed it in 2018. Those were very quick, right? We got a little side eye in the beginning where Aaron shows him the mask and he kind of turns his head and we see his eye, his dead eye. So there's that. And then I think in the bathroom scene, it's like a really quick glimpse when he's killing Aaron and what's-her-face in the bathroom. So it's a quick glimpse, but we don't see a whole lot of his face in that movie. It's sides or just the eye or something ridiculous like that. But what if in this new movie, in Halloween Kills, or even in Halloween Ends, at any point in the franchise, they were to flat out show his face dead on looking at the camera? Would that matter to you? Would that make Myers less scary to you? Because to me, it wouldn't if they did it right. If I wouldn't even know what the scenario would look like. I just know as a fan, if they were to film that the right way, and maybe even if for a brief second, even going back to one of my previous videos, if you guys have seen that, where I talk about what if Myers were to talk in this movie. So what if they closed up on his face and he said something? How would you feel about that? How would that change your outlook on the Shape? Or would that make him too human for you? let me know what you guys think. I'll keep this one short as usual. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Subscribe, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next video.